Here we go. Here we go.
I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Wisconsin sports, trades, rumors, and news. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. I can't even do the intro today. What did we just watch today, man? Damn it, what just happened today? Are you kidding me? The Packers, then the Bucks, both get shamed on national TV in front of everyone? Damn it, man. This is crazy. We went from a big win against the Celtics, and then we got cooked by the Nets. Doc Rivers, I want your head on a steak. Get the hell out of this city. Mark, get him out of here. Keyshawn Nixon, Corey Valentine, get him out of here. Trash. Quarterback's trash. What happened today? What happened? Micah Parsons, I wish you a speedy recovery. ACL. How? Christian Watson, hurt again. Fire the entire strength and conditioning staff of the Green Bay Packers. Everyone has to go. We're always hurt. What the hell are y'all doing? Christian Watson can't stay healthy. And then we build the whole offense around Watson. He's never available. Doc Rivers is a moron. Done nothing with this team. We're terrible. We beat the Celtics because we had good shooting. Nothing else. Can't believe what's happening to our Wisconsin sports this weekend. Just going right into the number 2. Getting blown out by the Nets. Michael Porter Jr. looking like a young Bernard King. We let Bo Nix look like John Elway on us because of this stupid zone we got to play because the cornerbacks are awful. So much going on today, friends and family. My bad. Salute. Packer Nation, Bucks Nation, what's good? I'm angry, y'all. I'm frustrated. It's the same song and dance every week with both of these teams. Mental mistakes, penalties, turnovers, the same song and dance for both of these teams. Neither one of these teams are ready to be contenders. Neither one. We have real soul searching to do on this Milwaukee Bucks team. There needs to be wholesale changes. How do we get treated by the New Jersey, Brooklyn Nets? How? How are we this bad? I'm just so angry, so much frustration. It was so much promise coming into this Sunday. So much promise. Everything's in shambles right now. Everything's in shambles. Everything. Packer season is over. We can't get any pass rush without Micah Parsons. Rashan Gary's terrible. Get him out of football. He's terrible. Does nothing. No sacks since damn October. Get him out of football. Keyshawn Nixon, awful. Valentine, awful. This is terrible. I was so optimistic today, y'all. So optimistic. The Packers come off a big win in Lambeau against the Chicago Bears. I'm feeling good. We're going against a team that I'm not scared of in the Denver Broncos. I don't think their quarterback is too much of nothing, but he's something against us. 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns against the zone. Packers. We are not ever going to be good if we have Keyshawn Nixon and Valentine as starting cornerbacks in the NFL. Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. And then Doc and this Bucks coaching staff, I want everybody gone. I want everybody gone. Nobody is helping this team. We had to have 4 days off and 2 practices to compete with the Boston Celtics. So if we don't have 4 days off to get some practices in, what are we going to do? This is just ridiculous what I saw today. Damn, man. Packers, the same thing. Always somebody getting hurt. Let's get into these numbers for this for this Bucks game first. We'll get into the comment section. I'll get into the chat and all of that, y'all. The link to join the live is pinned in the comment section. This is your first time subscribing or coming to the channel. This is the movement. We do move the needle here for Packers content and Bucks content. You are in the right place. This is the channel that moves the needle. Shout out to friends and family. Damn, I'm tight. I'm really tight. Look at this. Look at this. Bucks could shout out to Dre West. I seen that message you popped in there and said we couldn't even get 90 points. We got completely dominated starting in the first quarter, and they never looked back. We didn't outscore them in any quarter. We got our head beat in. Kyle Kuzma had a strong start, ended up with 13. Miles Turner, another sub-double-figure point game, sub-double-figure rebounding. Gary Trent had a breakout game. He had 20 points. Kevin Porter Jr. was terrible today. He gave us nothing. He had 5 points, 2 of 13, 0 of 5, 7 assists, 6 turnovers, 4 steals. Ryan Rollins didn't do much, 11 points. But no one did anything on this team. We had 82 points in today's NBA. How? Why does Doc have his job now? I want him gone. Damn, man. Jericho Sims has 7 points. That might be a career high. Gary Harris, 3 points. This is terrible. 39% from the field. We hit 8 threes. We had 20 turnovers. We did everything you needed to do to lose this game. Everything we needed to do to lose this game. Did nothing right from the jump. Have Michael Porter Jr. out here cooking us at the beginning. 9 people in double figures. They was getting it how they wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people in double figures. 53% from the field. 44% from 3. 95% from the line. They had 14 steals. What are we talking about? Terrible. Against the Nets. Terrible. So frustrated. Somebody gotta be held accountable for this, y'all. Hey, Doc gotta go, man. We gotta get him out of here. 39% to 53%. Look at that. Free throws. Everything is bad. Rebounding. At least the offensive rebounder wasn't that bad, but that's because they were hitting everything. 33 to 20 assists, 14 to 8 steals. We got dominated in every category. Can you imagine that we were down to the Nets by 45 points, the largest lead? Friends and family, please understand, we were just down 45 points to the Brooklyn Nets. And you telling me that heads don't need to roll over on the Bucks organization? Heads need to roll. We want people held accountable. This is unacceptable. Doc is unacceptable. Buckner is unacceptable. Yeager is unacceptable. Vin Baker is unacceptable. And all those other marks that call themselves assistant coaches. I want them held accountable. I want us to clean house. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous, y'all. Can you look at these numbers? You think we was playing OKC getting cooked like this? We got cooked by the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets have 7 wins, friends. They have 7 wins and kicked our butt. Doc has to go now. Now. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. Just the same way John Cena tapped out. This is the same way I want Doc Rivers to tap out. It's over. You're retiring, bro. It's done. You're done. Hey, Doc Rivers. Even John Cena was forced to get out of the game. It's your turn, sir. You no longer have it. You just don't have it. Give the money back and go on your way, sir. You can golf as much as you want. We're so bad. We're so bad. We're so bad. We got so excited that we saw the Bucks run 2 plays that we got excited. We thought something was changing, and then they go right back to this. They spit in our face. Every time we think the Bucks is about to do something, they spit in our face. They spit in our face. Look at this performance today. Unacceptable against a 7-win team. Let me get into the chat, see what y'all talking about. I'm gonna tap you in 1 second, B Shaq. This is just crazy. This is crazy. Let's see who in the comment section, y'all. This team. This is a lot. This is a lot. Shout out to Mia Kim, seeing you in the chat. Shout out to Dre West. Shout out to Patricia P. Shout out to Pickle Luke. I see you. Daddy Commander, I see you in the chat. New to the chat. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Salute to you. The Childish One was good. Robert Brooks was good. Appreciate you tapping in. Sadowski was good. EP, I see you in the building. BKC, I see you. KJK5. Greg Delaney was good. Cheesehead, appreciate you, bro, for tapping in. Sandra was good. Shout out to the queens of the chat. Appreciate y'all seeing Janet MOC in the building. Salute. So we're going to do like Humilidon. Shout out to Puerto Rico. Humilidon, it's been a minute. Salute. Travis, what's good, bro? Pronte, I see you. Simeon, I see you. Appreciate y'all tapping in. We got a lot to talk about. First half of the show, we're going to talk Bucks, and then on the back end, we're going to get it into the Packers fiasco. But I think there's a lot we need to talk about with these Bucks, because that was crazy what we saw today. Jose Diaz, what's good? Appreciate y'all tapping in. What up, Keys? Salute, bro. Dante, what's good? Anthony Lacey. What up, Tish? OG Queens of the chat in the building. What up, Deadtron and AB? All right, without Ryan Love, I see. Without further ado, let's tap in B Shack. Let's talk this Bucks. Let's talk this Bucks talk. Then we gonna get to these Packers. What happened today and why?
This was really bad, man.
This is really bad.
This was really, really, really bad. I watched the Celtics game the other night. I was proud of the way they played. This is the type I was like, okay, we've showed up. Maybe this is gonna be our identity, strong defense, everyone getting involved. And today, we just got totally handled by the Celtics. I
I
mean, by
mean about the
the
Nets. The Nets.
the Nets. I was thinking, well, the Celtics were more perimeter oriented, so we could really, really, maybe our team is better to deal with a perimeter oriented team, but we got sliced up by a team that
Has 7 wins.
slashes to the seven hoops, but style wise, maybe slashes to the hoop. Just all types of people, open man, defensive lapses. Um, the world's upside down because to have Gary Trent
Get 20.
statistically the only one to have a decent game and everybody else have a subpar game. I mean, I don't know what KPJ other than those three
Let
steals
me
in the
put the
first
stats up for
quarter.
you so you can see. Here we go. There we go. You can look at the stats right here.
Yeah, other than the three steals in the first quarter,
Hmm.
KPJ was just all out of sorts today. I don't know what it was, and if he's out of sorts, we really don't have a chance. Uh, it was just bad. Ryan Rollins, my man Sims has the worst hands of any NBA player in the history of all
Terrible.
basketball, history of the NBA, history of the WNBA, history of the ABA, history of the New York courts, the Chicago courts, the Wisconsin courts, every court in the world. He has the worst hands. He cannot catch a ball
Agreed.
at all. He's only got grease on his hands. And I don't care how bad um Miles Turner is, Sims should never get more minutes
Yeah,
than
I agree.
Turner. I don't understand this. I mean, if he was doing something, I understand. This is just bad, man. It's just no cohesion, man. No gameplay. They came in totally unprepared. Totally
Yeah,
unprepared. And
the
Doc in his
WNBA
press
was funny. Yeah,
conference,
that was a funny comment. He said the WNBA. I agree. I agree. Chess ready. Go ahead, DJ.
Doc in the press conference, man, was like, he said this was one of the worst losses I've ever been associated with in my career. He said, he turned to his assistant in the first quarter and says, "We're in trouble." He says, "We don't have an identity." He's saying all this stuff like he's having an out of body experience, like he's not part of this
So
whole
Sting, right? What are you?
situation. I'm
It's the
like,
politician
dude,
talk. That's that politician talk, B Shat.
everything you say, like you can't take the trial and the stand of your own trial because you would incriminate yourself. Everything you say is reason to have you fired. You don't have them ready. You don't know what team's going to show up. They have no game plan. They're lost. Your assistants are lost. You're lost. Everyone's lost. And it's like we if this isn't a game after we beat the Celtics to come to travel to New York and this Doc should be let go.
It's the time now. It's
He
time.
should be let go because obviously um he doesn't have a handle on this team. He and he said Doc said this is Doc now. Doc said someone on the bench said, "I can't believe we're down X amount of uh you know
Points.
to this team." Doc said, "What are you talking about? What is our look at our record? How can you even say
Say
that?"
that right.
So the attitude is not even right. They still think
They're better
that
than.
they are better than a team like this. They should be, but they're not playing that way. So I don't know what to say because even the guys that we this is KPJ's first subpar game.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But to me, because Doc was talking about we just didn't play hard. Nobody played hard. So to me, the problem is all like here. And part of that not being ready to play is that part of your responsibility as a coach is to get them ready to play. Your main strength, Doc Rivers, is supposed to be you give the best speeches, you get the best motivational speeches, like you're up there with like Pat Riley
Right.
and Red Arbor. He's supposed to be up there when it comes to speeches, when it comes to communicating. I just heard one of the ex-Clippers players talk about how Doc would have you wanting to run through a wall. Well, if Doc can't bring that to the table with this team, then what does he bring?
It's not X's and O's. We know that. It's not strategy. We know that. And it's not. I just don't want to blame. I want to blame the entire coaching staff because all of you are hired to make this team better, and no one is doing anything. I think the entire coaching staff in its totality needs to be cleared out. We need to get this infestation off of this roster because this coaching staff is an infestation. They're not here to help. They're here to damage us. They have not helped us since they've been collectively together. We have seen zero improvements on this team. We have seen zero developments in any players outside of Ray John Rondo taking his personal time to help a player like Ryan Rounds. There has been no development in any player on this team since Doc Rivers has been the head coach. There's been no improvement on defense since we've acquired Greg Buckner as our assistant coach, and all these other yahoos that are on this coaching staff. Nothing. I'm not saying our players are perfect. I understand that, but these coaches are not doing anything. They're doing these players a disservice by not helping them be the best player that they can be, and that's literally how I feel. I'm blaming a lot on coaching because coaching, they're supposed to coach you up. That's the name of the thing. It's called a coach. A coach is supposed to see what you're doing wrong, adjust, make you better, see what you're doing right, and accentuate that. That is a coach. Doc Rivers is your friend. He's not a coach. He's not helping anybody. Get him out of basketball. I want him out of here. Out of basketball. I don't want him in the front office, nothing. Get him out of basketball.
You know,
Tired of this
I
dude.
I have to agree with you. It's everything with the coaches going wrong, but I don't know
What up, Dr.
the
Smith?
logistics of firing Doc and the whole staff. I don't know how that I don't think that can work
No,
in the
I
middle of a
understand.
season unless the assistants are like, yo, this dude is making crazy decisions. And they if someone does some back channels like with the uh with the if Horse does some back channels with the assistant coaches and like, yo, what's going on? And they're like, yo, man, this this dude Doc, man, he's lost it. He's he's bringing people in the game. We're like, what are you doing? And maybe, just maybe, if you got rid of him, maybe the assistant coaches,
Would be
maybe
better.
something different would happen. Maybe
That's fair.
because you can't get rid of everybody.
I agree. That
But
that was a little
obviously,
overzealous, but that's just my
yeah,
raw emotion right now.
yeah. What they need to do is get rid of them in the offseason and bring in another coach. But right now, after watching this press conference, he has totally lost the team. There is no hope. This demoralizing to the fan base. This is probably demoralizing to the team. They're probably doubting themselves more than ever now. Um, and everyone after beating the Celtics looks terrible. And the tragedy of this is It's the real. Let's pull the camera out and take a 30-foot view of this. I was watching the semis of the cup. Great, great, great night of basketball, especially with the Spurs and
OKC
the
Thunder.
OKC. But I was thinking a year ago, the Bucks fully loaded with Giannis and Dame took down OKC, and within a year, the team is totally in shambles. This has to be one of the most tragic franchise falls in the history of basketball. It really, really,
Yep.
you go
Yep.
from being probably the only team in the NBA that could have contended, had a chance to beat OKC, but because of injuries and misfortune, but because they were so desperate over the summer to keep Giannis, the roster is filled with a bunch of limited guys, and that was
B Shack is preaching, y'all.
built around a star player who is not playing right now,
Right.
who is acting like he really doesn't want to stay with the team. So this right now is probably, you hear that sound? That's the bottom. This is probably the bottom right now.
Yo.
And I'm trying to find a sliver of hope. But when I saw that after the three steals in the first quarter, when I saw KPJ just didn't have it tonight, I said, we're in the words of Big Perk, dead bird tall grass tonight. Dead bird and tall grass, because we let this team beat us to a pulp. And I just think that because they were not obviously not ready to play, obviously not ready, mentally, physically, there was no game plan. They were totally disconnected from one another,
Correct.
totally disconnected. I even think the coaching staff is in a malaise right now. I think they're in a fog right now because there's so much uncertainty around the franchise right now. I think it's messing with everybody, and it snowballs when KPJ and Rollins feel like, well, I got to make something happen. That's when they're in trouble, because they got to keep the ball moving to everybody. But if they start to make bad decisions, we're really in trouble. And I'm gonna shut up. But again, I'm looking at the minutes. How if you're counting on Jericho Sims
Playing 30
to
minutes.
lead your team in minutes, along with KPJ, and the guy that you brought in, that technically, if you fill it all, if you add Dame's piece, we're paying him $50 million a year right now. That's what it costs,
Right.
pretty much, for Miles. He's basically at 50 now.
Right. That's fair point.
When he gets more minutes than Miles Turner, when the coaching staff, that's the string they're gonna pull. We're in trouble, man. We in trouble. We's I'm a do my most country. We's in trouble.
So let me introduce everybody. Top right, y'all know my man down in South Florida, B Shack. Bottom left, undisclosed location, fan favorite, Dr. Smith. Bottom right, we got our man, Mr. Cool, down there in the Windy City of Chicago. Without further ado, it's on you, Dr. Smith. Then we gonna go to Mr. Cool.
Uh,
We're gonna start with the Bucks. We're gonna get into the Packers. We're gonna start with the Bucks. I know. It's a lot.
yeah, because this is like overstimulation right now. I'm
Right, facts.
I'm struggling as a fan, as a sports fan. I'm dead ass. I'm struggling as a fan to think of a worse day in sports. I mean, I remember when Tyson lost to Buster Douglas, and I was like, I can't believe what it is I'm watching right now. For those who are old enough to have
That was in my
seen
sermon
Right.
today. Tyson versus Douglas.
that, it was
Shut up. That's
legit.
I talked
hilarious.
about the 42-1 odds. I talked about that today.
That's hilarious.
How about that?
Yeah,
Check that out.
right.
See how it works? Well, building off a sermon. I'm sorry to keep cursing in front of a preacher. I'm sorry.
It's all
Right.
good.
Yeah.
It's the emotion. It happened. We know it's not intentional. I'm sure B
So,
Shack know that as well. Go ahead.
so let's keep it to the Bucks. I am firmly on the boat of how can you reasonably fire as many people as you can, because that's a fireable offense. That's a fireable offense.
He said as many people as you can.
As many people as you can, players included, right? Because I think, and again, this kind of gets back to like what I do, right? I hold players accountable as well as coaches, and I'm seeing people in the paint, point blank range, two people go up, Kyle Kuzma, then right after him, Jericho Simpson can't get a layup right there. It's fireable. It's a fireable offense. It is the lack of talent, a lack of just not talent to compete for a championship. The lack of talent that you should have to be in the NBA is criminal. I'm not going to be a toxic fan and start calling people out of their name and all of that. I'm just so disappointed in Miles Turner. I'm so disappointed in this dude. He's such a failure so far. I don't know what he does well on this team. And I hope you're watching. He's not watching, but I hope you're watching, brother. I don't. Explain to me what the difference is between he and the guys who are lower ranked on that roster. What is he doing that's markedly better? That he gets paid like the gross domestic product of a small country. Like he gets, that's the amount of money that he gets paid, right? I'm willing to bet that if you took the bottom 5 salaries on this team, they still would not make more money than he does. And what does he markedly do better than those guys? He's brought over here to shoot threes. He can't do that consistently well. He's terrible in the paint. He has flippers for hands. So there's like offense that you can't even utilize with him. Compounding that, we have guys who can't make those thread the needle passes. We have guys who try though. Can't tell them not to try. Can't tell them not to do things that are, maybe beyond your skill set. We still have guys who, like I said, they have in their minds they're Kobe,
Right.
and in reality they're the Bucks, right? And so when it comes to like simplifying things to just maybe get some momentum going, we can't do that. Which brings me to the coach. He's terrible. It's indefensible. You lost by 45 points to the Brooklyn Nets. 45. That's incompetence, and that's giving up. And the only thing that made us feel better is that we beat a team that's worse than us in the Celtics. The Celtics are absolute trash. At least there's a reason that they're trash.
Right. That's fact. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? We're trash, obviously, because we don't have Giannis, but we deluded ourselves into believing that our guys outside of him will be competitive. We don't have Giannis, we don't have AJ, and we lose by 45 points. Thank goodness the Celtics were on our schedule. I wish we could play them every day. Maybe we might have something to talk about. I'm looking right at you, No Strays. Your team is trash. But unfortunately, I don't even feel better saying that because our team is trash as well. 45 points.
To a 7-win team. We're no better. We always talk about like
We are the worst
in these
team
games
we're
where
the second
these
worst
are
team in the
winnable games. This is a winnable game. And like I've been telling y'all, no game for the Bucks is a winnable game until it's won. Everybody is a tough game. I don't care if it's the Pacers, the Wizards. We're in the same boat as them, respectfully. Without Giannis, we're in the same boat as those teams. We're no better than them. We're really no better. And if I was Giannis, to keep it real, there's no reason for Giannis to come back and risk injury.
No, of course
not with this team. Giannis, stay home, chill out. Let us figure out what we doing in the offseason. Let's keep you healthy. Don't come back to this, bro. Doc gonna mess around and get you hurt for real, bro. Just Just shut Giannis down. I don't see
I'll,
the
I'll
purpose of bringing him back.
I'll go one step further. I'll go one step further. It's probably where I lose all of the with the cachet that I've made on the channel. I'm asking Giannis to leave the team because if this is what it's going to be, you're 30 now, brother. You got some years left. Leave the team, bro. Leave the team. If it's going to be this, if it's going to be this, if it's going to be mess like this, if you're going to have coaches who can't coach, if you're going to have players who can't play, if you're going to have players who are disorganized, and then players who just flat out give up. If we made it a priority, and I'm going to be gaslit into thinking that Bobby Portis is a good player, I'm singling guys out, right? But when it was a complete doo-doo performance by everyone. But if I'm going to be gaslit about who certain players are, you're not going to gaslight me anymore. These guys, I think I'm very happy that they have the effort. That is a team that is in Giannis's likeness. He wants effort, but there is no skill on this team anywhere to be found. Ryan Rollins has regressed back to going right back to the bench and needing to be on the bench, not to boost the second line, but needing to be on the bench because you are not one of the 5 best players. I don't know what happened. His shot is terrible. His judgment is terrible. Where's his point of attack defense? That's supposed to be what he was good at, right? Where was it today? Cole Anthony is not NBA caliber at all.
Yo.
This is not me being
Yo.
toxic. This is I don't know these people personally.
Right.
I'm not making it a personal attack. This is straight evaluation of their skill. Bobby Portis is barely NBA ready, but it's only on offense, and it's only every other game or every 4 games. It's only every 4 games. So yeah, he continues and keeps his career alive because of games that he had the other night against Boston, because Boston is literally terrible and they're horrible. And if any team gives up more on their talent than we do, it's them, because
Right.
that's been a symptom of that team, even when they were on top of the world, is that they just give up on games. But we're doing it too. We're doing it too when at least Boston can brag and say they have otherworldly talent,
Right.
and when they're ready to flip the switch, they can. We're doing it, and we don't even remotely have their talent. It's not even close.
Dr.
So
Smith, do you
why do we think
understand
that
that
we
we
are?
allowed 9 nets in double figures today?
I,
9
I
nets were in double figures today. 9.
all I had to do is look at the points, the paint scoring. Once again, how many turnovers? Once again, this defensive coordinator, why did they even give you or feel the need to give you a specialized title? You're terrible at what you do. You're either a terrible communicator, the strategy itself is terrible, or the players themselves are just terrible at it.
Did,
I'm willing to say
did
all
Doc ever
three.
say who the offensive coordinator is? Because they need to be held accountable as well. Who's the offensive coordinator? He put Greg Buckner under the bus. Who's under the bus for the offense? Because that's awful too.
I
There's
think
so much going on with this team that's wrong. It's just crazy. The
it's a
discipline.
mess. It's
This
a
is a
mess,
mess.
and this is a disservice to one of the greatest power forwards I've ever watched. And I don't want him to come back to this.
No, not
And I don't
this.
think this is
Not
not me
this.
being emotional. I do want him to go somewhere where they're going to actually know how to utilize your talent. Doc is not an NBA caliber coach anymore. You're not. Look, I appreciate the good years, Doc. I think he's a very nice guy. He always seems to say the right
Right.
things and whatnot. I'm sure he's a
Yeah.
good person. It's not a
Yeah.
personal attack. But the
Your
league has,
child is well raised. Austin Rivers is a very
yeah,
respectful young
you're a
man. Keep
success
his
in
nose
life.
clean. And just,
You're a
why don't y'all
success in
do a
life.
podcast? How about that? Why don't you, Doc Rivers, and your son do a podcast, The Rivers? Why don't y'all do that? You might be better suited doing that. Talk about basketball because you can't coach.
Well,
You
he's
can't
certainly
coach.
better at that.
Yeah,
And
get him out of
I'm gonna
here.
do like D-Sack and not like dribble the air out the ball because I want to hear Mr. Cool talk. But I mean, like, I think he was really good at what it is he did. I thought you were a good sideline announcer, but coming back, I think he bit off far more than he can chew. And I do agree with B Shack is that I think we made a series of desperation moves that we hoped would work out. So you have the hope of a fan. And what's really discouraging right now is the comeback to earth reality that everyone who is not clouded by their fan fanaticism, me included, me especially, is coming back to earth. We had guys who could not get in the paint and score point blank range. Do you understand that this is also existing in the same timeline, the same space that we are maybe looking at the best single season team that we've ever seen in OKC? There's nothing they don't do well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing they don't do well. Their poorest skill, talent, asset is light years better than our best one when Giannis is gone. Light years, right? There's certain things that they're mad at themselves. They win. They're not even like they're
Happy.
angry.
Yeah, they don't even get happy.
Because it wasn't a perfect performance. Meanwhile, we can't get into the paint and do floaters. We can't even do that.
But
And
but
that's
why
like
why is
NBA level.
OKC playing like that? What does OKC got going? Yes, they got talent, but with them, by you even making that statement, that lets me know they believe in their coach and they identify with this coach because
And they have
that's
good
what he's
strategy.
instilled in this team. Discipline,
And,
all of that. You can see
It's
it.
their
That's the
culture.
difference.
It's their culture.
We don't have
it's
culture.
and it's
How
their,
about that?
their
The Bucks
strategy.
have no culture. That's a big problem.
And
I
it's their
agree.
strategy. It's that, like I said, the game is a chess game. He's a better chess player, right? So they've implemented better strategy. When players are not doing well, he's better at communicating what it is they're not doing well so they can correct better. The players themselves are more mature as far as what they should be doing on the court and what they shouldn't do. Why is Kyle Kuzma ever in this life trying to no look pass to anyone? You can't get the basics down. That's what I mean when I say in-game maturity. What in all of this he is not regressing back to where he was before
All right.
because he's
But
certainly better than he
yeah, but
was last
Kuz
year.
is gonna
He can't get
Kuz. You
worse.
gotta give Kuz 2 or 3 of
But
those a
but see,
game.
that's the problem. Straight face, me saying this. That's the problem. Because on a good team, Kuz doesn't get to Kuz. Kuz gets to sit on the bench and not just sit on the bench. You are not going to get paid all that money to come out here and keep doing that. You're a professional basketball player. There's a penalty when it comes to this. If I gotta keep saying the same thing over and over and over and over again, yeah, I said I wasn't gonna get animated like this, but that's the problem. Is the acceptance of this nonsense. Cause now Ryan Rollins is cruising.
Right.
Now he's in there doing the turnovers every 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds he's cruising. Kuzma has become a verb. Kuzma's not found cruising as much, but Ryan Rollins is. So what's the penalty? The penalty is not just that you lose minutes, because guys are cool with losing minutes on losing teams.
True.
Whatever. I'll just get paid and go back to the crib and play PlayStation. Not at that salary, you won't. There are certain benchmarks that need to be made. You don't meet those benchmarks, pay deduction right then and there. Right then and there. I am talking about somebody's money. Oh, don't talk about people's money. Something has to give, because the performance is trash. The performance is we lost by 45 points to the Nets. It means you gave up on top of that. It means you don't have any pride in yourself. After a certain
He's
time,
preaching.
whatever
Get the
it is the
likes up,
coach
friends and family. Get the likes up.
was saying to you, you just gave up on and was out there playing playground ball. Miles Turner, and I'm done after this. I'm sorry, Mr. Cool. I'm sorry.
Oh, you
Miles
good? You
Go
good?
ahead.
hooked by Claxton. Weren't we ready to fire Brook Lopez when that happened to him last year? And we said Brook Lopez is too slow to keep up with Claxton. Miles Turner's not too slow to keep up with Claxton, but he got cooked by Claxton. You're in Milwaukee. This experience, the Miles Turner experience, has been a failure.
To this
You're a
point, I agree.
failure, sir. I don't think that you're a failure in life. I don't think that you're a failed basketball player. But whatever it is that we were looking for, I don't know
The
what made
only
us think
saving
we can
grace
get it.
I will say for Miles Turner is that maybe due to the coaching staff we have, he's not being utilized correctly because he definitely didn't look like this in Indiana. He definitely did not look like this in Indiana, and that's in a system with a quality head coach. So I do want us to take a grain of salt with Miles Turner and a lot of these other players because they're playing with no agenda. It's just like going to the mall and walking around. You don't know what you about to buy, nothing. You're just walking around. You just there. The Bucks are just there, figuring it out, trying stuff. We don't know what we're doing. So I don't know if we can really hold Miles Turner responsible. Does he know what his role is? What is he really supposed to be doing? If it's 3-point shooting, are we setting him up for that? Like what is he supposed to be doing? Does he know his role? And I think
Amara,
that's part of the problem. Go ahead, Big
Amara,
Chef.
listen, I know Mr. Cool's about to go, but here's the problem. Here's the problem. Doc retired for a reason.
Right. Right.
Mmm.
He
Right.
retired. His only
Yes.
plan when he came back was Giannis. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That was the reason he came back.
Fact.
That was the strategy to ride Giannis's coattails. With no Giannis, the emperor has no clothes. He he's Richard Pryor in the Wiz, that was hiding behind the thing. He has nothing.
Not with the
Right.
analogy and the
He
throwback to the
retired
Wiz.
because he knew he had nothing left, and he came back when the Adrian Griffin thing opened up because of Giannis. It's time. It's time for Doc
I'm gonna
bow
switch
out
to my phone.
gracefully.
Well, you gotta
I'm
go
saying
ahead.
I'm gonna switch to my phone.
Okay.
I'll call back
Okay.
in.
Sound good. All right. I'll tap you back in. All right. Hold on one
Doc,
second.
tip your hat. Bow out gracefully. Bow out of the picture, nodding like this. Bow out. Just bow out. Just go away. Say whatever
Dignity.
dignity you have left. Say we've come to a mutual agreement. It's time for us to go separate ways. Because your plan, Giannis, possibly didn't come back to the team. So you don't have a future here. You don't have a future. You didn't come back for this. So leave
Right.
now.
Right.
Leave now.
I agree. Without further ado, the living legend, Mr. Cool. It's on you, sir.
Man, so many things with this team. But I think I'm gonna start right with Doc. One of the things I've noticed in the NBA too is that two things: the teams that are successful now, they just have younger coaches, with the exception of Indiana. But typically, as a person in their 60s, your mind don't work like it is when you're younger. It just don't. So that's why you retire in your 60s. So guess what, Doc? You were right, Bishek. He retired. Stay retired, because you don't have that energy level. Your awareness is not the same. All that
Yeah.
stuff goes on. He might be good as an assistant GM or something like that to oversee and make decisions and help in the office and contracts and things like that, but not in the day-to-day operations in the battlefield of coaching. He's past his prime in that. He just can't do it. He's coaching like it's a different era,
I
and you
agree.
can just kind of sit back and do certain things that worked in what worked in the 90s is not going to work now. The game has changed. You need coaches that are aware and understand how to relate to these players at their age. He's a smooth talker. He's a charmer. He always talks like he has answers. But like you said, Abhishek, he talks like he's not even involved. That
That's
He
right.
irritates
talks
the
in a
heck out of
third
me.
person almost. It's
Right,
almost like in a
right.
third person.
But we got to do this, and they got to do better. And you got to coach them to do that, but he can't. And I go all the way back to his first game on that trip on the road after we fired um, Griffin, and I said to myself, okay, what has gotten better in this 2 years since he's been here now? Nothing. What is better about our team than it was since he took over? So what's he bringing to the table? Nothing. So why would we not have gotten rid of him by now, other than the money issue? And
Correct.
I'm sure that's he was smart enough to sign multi-year deals because he knew that would guarantee he go get his money whether he wins or lose. But the owners are going to probably just have to eat that contract at some point. But like I said, I think on the last live, the problem is what's going to happen with Giannis. Because how do you hire a coach and a new coaching staff, if whether or not he's going to be here or not, And so you have to kind of figure all these things out. There's just so many moving parts to this right now. So it's just not clear because if I'm a head coach and I'm looking to work for the Bucks and be their head coach, I want Giannis. But if he's not going to be here, that just changes all the dynamics of your team.
Yep.
And we all praise Giannis and everything he's done, but guess what, Giannis? You built this team. This team was built for you.
That's
You
a fact.
decided you interviewed every coaching prospect, did not want any of those other guys, including even Nick Nurse, and you took Nick Nurse assistant coach, Griffin. So our coaching situation is because of Giannis. Our roster is because of Giannis. Because he signs off on everything and everything that's going on. Just get all these shooters around. So that way it makes the game where he can be more effective. And I'm fine with that. But you're not playing. You're missing a lot of games. And so our team is built to play with you. If you're not there, this just all falls all apart. So, like I said, there's a lot of moving parts to this. I don't know what the answer is. Like I said before, there's no one silver bullet that's going to fix this. This is a major ordeal. Whether or not you keep Horse, whether or not
Right.
you get rid of Dak and the whole staff, maybe one of the assistants. It could be a good head coach. Maybe Doc's not allowing them to have the say.
That's true.
We really don't know. I know one thing: the assistant that was here that went to Charlotte certainly can coach. He's proven himself to be a pretty good coach.
Yeah. Was Charles? I can't remember the
Yeah,
word. Yeah, Charles.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we had him and let him go because I just think that age matters. Like I said, you get in your 60s, believe me, you slow down. And so Doc's at that stage. This is not for him any longer. But right now, he's just collecting that money. It's easy money, and win or lose, he's got security because he's got his money. So the question is, are the owners going to be willing to let him go? Because there's no need to try to talk about trading players and getting new players if you got the same coach. It's going to be the same result.
I agree.
So we can talk about trading players and bringing in different guys. It's not going to matter as long as that staff is there and Doc's the head of that staff. So I don't know what's going to happen because of that and because of Giannis' status being so unstable and unsure. We are just where we're at. We may be stuck like this for a minute until something's figured out about his status. And then somebody coaching will know, okay, I'm going in for a rebuild. Because coming in and coaching Giannis and maybe a couple other veteran players is different than coming in and coaching an entire rebuild. And one other thing I want to add, the Bucks are probably the only team in the last 9 years not to have a losing record. We haven't had a losing record in 9 seasons.
That's true.
And we've had a lot of success. So sometimes you have to step back to step forward. And that's where we're at right now with our record being 11-16. We're going to have to step back this year. This will be our first losing record since the 2015-2016 season. So it's been a long run we've had of having winning records. And I think we as fans, we're kind of spoiled. Let's be honest. We used to our team winning. But OKC took 3 bad seasons, unloaded all kind of players, gathered all the draft picks, and built this little mini dynasty they got going right now.
True.
And that's what they did. But they had to suffer for at least 2 or 3 seasons where they were really, really at the bottom. Now, we have a unique situation that we give away all our draft picks. So we're going to have to trade Giannis for draft picks. Otherwise, how are you going to rebuild? How are you going to rebuild? We tried doing it with veterans.
Giannis is our bargaining chip at the end of the day, friends and fans. We can't get any better with him. We got to try to get better without. I just don't know how we can keep him with this coaching staff and get any better. I just don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I wish there was. Maybe there's something to come later, but I'm struggling to see how we keep Giannis and get better. I
Well,
just. Oh, go ahead, B Shot.
I was going to say, I want to circle back to Dr. Smith's comment about Giannis. That comment was probably the most mature, realistic, just reality based comment. As much as it hurt, if you are a Giannis fan, and I believe you could be a Giannis fan and a Bucks fan, if you love Giannis and you're really grateful for what he's brought to the team all these years, the struggle he had getting here from Greece and all that type of. If you really care about him, you don't want to see him subjected to this. That
Hmm.
may be a really hard thing for some Bucks fans to walk, but you have to really love somebody to be willing to let them go. You really do. Um, Unless they could do something to fix this, I wouldn't want to see Giannis in a situation like this myself. And that's gonna be hard for some people to swallow. But I don't think anybody envisioned it being this bad.
Agreed.
And I know I'm in the minority on this, so I'm willing to be a minority on this. I'm looking at the moves they made, and I'm asking myself, are we any better? I'm trying to figure out, since this season seems to be a waste anyway, wouldn't the wise move had been, since we're paying them anyway, is to wait and see what Dame looked like when he got back.
Hmm.
Because what do we really gain? What do we really gain? And what do we really gain? Because it's a wait and it's sort of a down season anyway. And I'm looking, and you never know how someone's gonna look like until they get into live ball.
Mm,
But he's back on the court, as well as Tatum and all the rest of the guys, because the way they've dealt with Achilles injuries now, it's amazing to me how
right.
far they've come.
Right.
But we did a lot of stuff, and where did it get us? Where did it get us? Because Miles Turner is an
Right.
absolutely disappointment. I've been wondering, have you guys have wondered why have the fans treated him like such trash since he's left? It's very unusual
Mm-hmm.
to be in a city that long and to give that much, and literally on the scoreboard they're putting stuff on there like when a player does something, they said he's did it before Miles Turner did it with,
Right.
they're throwing shots at him at his performance in
But
Milwaukee. So, and I did hear one fan say, "Well, listen, y'all gonna kind of see what y'all gonna get, because he don't really get rebounds. He don't do this. He don't do that." So, but Mr. Smith, I think that statement you made was sort of a a wake up call, a reality check for a lot of us, because I have to ask myself the question: do I want to see Giannis come back to this? I would love to see him come back to the Bucks that we all know and love, who can win games, but not to this.
Well,
No, I
to
agree.
to respond to what you said real quick, I mean the Miles Turner thing, and remember, I absolutely feel like he's been a failure so far. It doesn't mean that he can't get it back. It's a long season, and I hopefully hope for his sake he does, because then you start to get into, like, the players and their mental wellness, and he knows he's playing terribly, and he knows how he will be looked at if this thing doesn't turn around, and I don't want that for anybody, just on a human level. Never mind fandom. I don't want that for anybody to be looked at like that, right? But I get why the Pacers fans feel the way that they do. It was a lot similar to when Greg Jennings left the Packers and went to the Vikings, right? It's not just that you left. You left and went to like a team that we consider someone that we genuinely dislike. This
Yeah, a
wasn't just
real
like a,
rival to a real rival.
yeah, you know what I mean? And that's who you went to. And so they are getting a kick out of it. Right now, it's just, we got the whack juice on us because it was a gamble. All of this was a gamble. Keeping Damian Lillard and waiting for him to come back would have been somewhat of a gamble too, because he's older and it's not guaranteed what he'll look like when he comes back. And he's still getting paid a ton of money to do that. So that would have also been a gamble. But this was a gamble because now we're paying twice the money out. And it was on the hope that Miles Turner would be better than he was. Absolutely. The coaching around him could be better than it was.
Uh, I'm sorry. Hold on
No, go
real quick.
ahead.
I'm now walking. Um, the coaching around him could be better, but I'm talking about the man is like they're giving him open threes and he's missing. They're getting him shots that he should be able to make on an NBA level and he's missing. So I say to myself, all right, well then make up for it with your defense. And he's terrible at that. He didn't just get cooked tonight; he's getting cooked
He
regularly.
is not that good on defense.
You see what I'm saying? And
He's a
but
help
I'm
defender.
tired of
That's what
people
he's really a
gaslighting me.
help defender. He's a help defender.
But that doesn't work
Right.
if Giannis is a help defender. I actually think that he does play straight up defense. He's just not doing it now. He's not doing. Like I've seen him as the initial defender to absorb, and he's just not doing it. Not here, not now. He's clueless. He's lost. That's the disappointing part. There's certain players that we're going to have to take the L because they're just not good the way that we thought that they could be. Gary Trent
Right.
has regressed to the point where I feel foolish for having believed that he could do more because it's not turning around. It's not getting better, and he continues to just like his limitations are really hurting us, right? But I'm sorry if I sound distracted. I got something going on. I'll tell you what. I will have to check with you
Okay.
guys back another time.
All right, bro.
Hopefully, it's
Appreciate
better news in the future. But
appreciate you.
salute, and I'll talk
Appreciate
to
you,
y'all
Dr. Smith, for
later.
tapping in. Stay safe out there. I see it's a little windy, sir. Stay safe out there.
For sure, for
All right, bro.
sure. Peace,
All
peace.
right, peace. All right, hold
Hey,
on.
the
Go ahead.
chat, the chat is really uh right now. There a lot of people focus on Horse. How does Horse get away unscathed in this? I know he just got an
That's a good. I
extension.
see him. Yeah, but that's the thing though. He just got an extension.
Yeah, but we're in this position mainly because of him.
Mhm.
Mm.
How does he? How does he? How
Let's
does
talk
he get
about it.
off? Nico got him to a championship. He traded
Luke.
he
Luca.
traded their franchise player. Um, but he did a lot of good, and but Horse has made some mistakes too. He gets no shade, none.
That's true.
And so I just think that he's kind of I don't know how you can fly under the radar, but this team construction is on him, and he's the one that's deciding that we're going to just empty ourselves at the altar of Giannis. Um, I will ruin this franchise for the next 10 years to do everything to keep Giannis. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's him making his decisions.
That's true.
Well, Bishak, I think this, in my opinion, he's doing what he's directed to do by the owners. They have probably told him, "You do anything and everything. Keep Giannis happy. Let's keep Giannis here as long as and whatever it takes." If he wants more shooters around, if he wants his brothers on the team, if he wants a certain coach or don't want a certain coach, do what you can, right, to keep Giannis on this team. And I think that's to be fair to Horse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've met the man. I knew him a little bit years ago. I don't know that he would necessarily do this unless he's being directed. That's what you have to do, And
Mm, mm.
but I don't know. I can't say for sure because I don't think he has the freedom to be a GM if you got the elephant in the room. Okay, you got to please him and do everything to please him, and that means I got to build my roster around him. The Miles Turner move was made because we knew Brook Lopez was out of gas and ineffective totally to really play. And so that move was made again to please Giannis, so Giannis ain't got to play the five. Giannis does
Yeah.
not want to play the five.
Correct.
So we made that move, risky as it was, costly as it was, thinking that this guy was going to be a younger version of Brook. But so far, it has not panned out that he's even much better in a lot
Right.
of ways. Certainly defensively, I'm very disappointed in his just right at the rim. He used to block a lot of shots for Indiana, certainly more than he's doing now at the rim, and he's not even doing that. So I don't know if he's not in the same position defensively as he was with them. I like to look back at some games and just kind of peek that out a little bit more on him because his defense has been really brutal to
So
Agreed.
me.
is it possible the owners are saying, well, the heck with basketball. We just need Giannis here to keep putting people in the seats.
I
We
would
need
think
Of
so.
course,
Giannis here
Of
to
course.
keep the economics
of course,
going. And
of
if
course.
that's the case,
Especially with new
the
owners. Especially with new
yeah,
owners.
the
You want to get your
fans
money
are
back.
just the fans are getting pissed on and being told it's raining then. Because the owners are saying we all that win loss stuff, it don't matter. We just need that carrot to keep people coming. And if
Right.
that's the case, if that's the case, nothing's going to happen until Giannis has the courage to say, "Get me out of here, trade me." If that's the case, then this is just going to just drag and drag and drag and drag, and they're betting on the fact that Giannis don't have the guts, the cojones to go public.
Well, you know
He
that
might
Big Perk called
surprise them,
Giannis
but
out. Big Perk called Giannis out a couple
Mm.
days
yeah,
ago. Did
he
you see
sure
that?
did.
Man, and him and what's they've got in their argument about that. But
He's
he was
jealous.
calling Giannis out. You cannot hold your team hostage like this. 'Cause that's what he's doing.
100%.
And
Just
it's
like
good, it's good.
Rogers used to do back in the day, same thing
Right,
Favre was doing. And it hurt us on the Packers as well, and it's hurting us on the Bucs. You can't move forward if you don't know what your future is or who's part of your future. How can you move
right.
forward?
And that
Maybe it's
means
a
that includes
cultural
coaching
thing.
and players.
Mm-hmm.
Our hands are
Maybe it's a,
tied right now because of him. And good as he's been and great as he's been. And we all recognize the man's talent. Just he's been incredible. I mean, the guy's been the best at his position for the last 10 years in the NBA.
Correct.
So no one's going to even argue what he's done. However, his value is at his highest point right now because he's 31. Injuries are happening more and more frequently right now. So we need to do something quickly or come to the decision. And the fans just got to brace themselves for that because that's going to have to be the first domino to fall. I just don't think nothing else will happen until then
Mm.
because
and
it's just
and believe it or not, the loss, OKC's loss in the cup, along with the fact that Giannis beat them last year, is going to register with other teams that
mhm.
it's the only thing that can possibly beat OKC is athletic size down low. Now we know that Wemby has a different type of size,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
but they may have saw something, a small chink in the armor possibly. But I don't know, man. This is just a hot mess. It's a hot
It
mess,
It
is.
man.
is. It really
It's a
is.
hot
Amber, I
mess.
gotta go. I
All right.
apologize. I gotta run. I gotta take some calls.
All right. Appreciate you
So
tapping in,
I
Mr.
have to get
Cole.
out.
All right,
You
Mr.
I'm gonna
guys
Cole.
dip
have a good
out
one.
Appreciate you.
too.
All right. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. Let me just move these around real quick, Gibson. We gonna get to it. Hold on 1 second, sir. Shout out to the Bahamas. All right,
Peace,
Gibson.
peace, peace,
Hey, tough
peace
game
to the
tonight.
family.
Tough game tonight, Gibson. Tough game tonight.
And but I must say it's a very tough situation right now. It is tough. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I don't know. I never wanted to see this team go down like this. Boy, it's hard to believe to get beat by 45 by the
The
Nets
wheels, the
tonight.
wheels are coming off with this team, Gibson. People got to
Man,
start being held
man.
accountable. We can't continue to play like this, and there's no changes. The coaching got to
Man,
change. Some people need to be DNP. We can't continue to go down this path, and we can't hope that Giannis is gonna come back and save us. Giannis can't save us. He can't
no,
save this current roster. He can't save us. We're doing Giannis a disservice by asking him to even come back to this to this fiasco that we're calling a team. I just
Boy,
don't see the point of him coming back. What is he gonna do? How is he gonna help us? The only thing he's doing is putting himself at risk. He's really our only bargaining chip. If we're gonna try to rebuild or whatever we're gonna do, we need him to be healthy, one way or the other. But coming back to this team, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Nothing. Shut him down for the
tough.
year. I'm on that type of time right now, Gibson. I want Giannis shut down for the year. He gonna come back and try to play 40 minutes to what? Get us to the play-in? For what? For what? Sit him down. Go ahead, Gibson.
And first of all, I would like to say salute to the Bucks Nation, salute to the fans and the other people down there in the city of Wisconsin got to go through this fiasco, disaster. We apologize for that. But on the other hand, Amber, Doc Rivers is the biggest disappointment as a coach. He
Agreed.
need to be held. He need to be fired. He need to be let go.
I
And
agree.
John Horst as the GM of the team need to be looking at himself in the mirror and say, what did I do to mess up this team? What did I do? But Amber, like what I was saying before,
Uh-huh.
we were supposed to never hire Adrian Griffin
Right.
as head coach. We never supposed to do that. If the Bucks just let it, John Horst
I'm
do
gonna
his
let you
thing
get yours
as
off because you
GM.
got a lot going on in the background, Gibson, but I'm gonna let you get yours off real quick. Go ahead, Gibson.
All right, let me just move
Okay.
this in another location. Yeah, you can hear me clearly now,
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah,
Amber?
yeah, you good. You good.
Yeah. That was my kids in the
Oh,
background making
I
all those
know, I
noise,
know.
so
Yeah, it's all good.
I, I had to switch. So yeah, Amber. So when I look at the team, it is really hard to watch that teams that we normally supposed to be beating with seconds. Man, we getting destroyed.
Right.
I can't believe it. It is hard, and I think it is time
We lost to a team
that
by 45 that has 7 wins, Gibson.
I
They had
man,
7 wins
Amber, this
until tonight. Now they have 8. We have to
is
stop
hard.
get we have to start thinking the Bucks are better than what they are. We're a bottom feeder until further notice. We're
Yep,
a
yep,
bottom
yep,
feeder.
yep. I agree.
Let's stop having all these wishes and dreams, plans, get into the playoffs to do what? To do what?
No, 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 no,
This team is not even a play-in caliber team. We're
no.
wasting
We,
yo, we're wasting Giannis right now. We should just let him
Amber,
chill, put him on ice, and then figure out what we're doing in the offseason. This team is going nowhere unless something
Amber,
dramatically changes with coaching or personnel. We're a treadmill. We're running in place, Gibson. That's just how I feel, sir.
Amber, Amber. The coach have to go. Doc Rivers never supposed to be the head coach of this team. He was never supposed to be the head coach of this team. When we fired Bud, we never supposed to hire Griffin in the first place. We never supposed to hire Griffin in the first place. I'm going to bring him to be a part of this team. In the meantime, the organization have to come together. This cannot continue on like this, Amber. It cannot go on like this because it could be looking bad. And if Giannis see that, we could just force Giannis to say, you know what? It is time for me to get out, out of the team. Yeah, I know you taking shots at me, no strings. You need to be worrying with your team. Don't be worrying with my team.
Hey, we gave him the smoke the other day. It just is what it is. I wasn't expecting us to get
Yeah,
our
of
head
course.
beat in by the, and that's what I was telling y'all. I was talking about this favorable schedule. We should be able to get some momentum. We're not a good team. Where are we gonna get momentum from? You need coaching, discipline, structure
Amber,
to create momentum.
Am- Amber, I rather the Milwaukee Bucks hired Sam Cassell from the Boston Celtics as the Bucks head coach, but it is time for Doc Rivers to go, Amber. I want him out of there. I had enough. I done seen
All right.
enough.
Hold
I
on one
want him out
second,
of there.
Gibson. Hold on one second. Moose, that's a fact. Trades won't fix the bigger issue with the Bucks. Bucks look mediocre with 2 top 75 players on the team. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yep, facts. Facts.
That's
So
true.
Amber, it's time for Doc Rivers to go. If they fire Doc Rivers tonight, I don't even want Darvin Ham to be head coach of this team. I don't even want him. I don't want Ham. Ham could go too. I rather the Milwaukee Bucks take their time, do their due diligence, and sit down and look for a quality coach would come and help,
Mm-hmm.
who could put guys in the proper place. Doc Rivers, he don't get the guys in proper place. I listened to the press conference yesterday.
Right.
He
And
said all
I
he had
want
to
you to
give his
see something here because this is very true. And I said this the last time I went to a game too. Noya Cafe. He's like, I was at the Boston game the other night, and the arena was half full of fans. They're voting with their money. That's a fact. That's a fact. I've been saying that the last few guys. I'm like, bro, it is not packed in Five-Star Forum like that no more. The fans are turning on this team, bro. I'm telling
I
you. You can
tell
see
you,
it. You can see it, bro. I've been saying it for what 3-4 games. I was like, hey man, these home games ain't the same, bro. The chanting ain't the same. The clapping ain't the same. Like this fan base is starting to turn on the Bucks a little bit. They're starting to
I,
turn.
and
And I understand.
and and not only that too, Amber. You have players on this team be getting paid millions of contract, millions of dollars, and you can't even play simple basketball. Oh my goodness, it is bad, Amber. It is very bad, but it all have to do with it. Don't start with the players. It start with coaching, putting the right guys in place, setting the pace. What is the coaching staff
Hold
doing when
on,
they're
hold
in
on.
practice? It's
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Henrik Huckleberry, we don't play like that in this chat, bro. Hey, don't come in here acting like a dingleberry, bro. Don't come in here acting like no dingleberry, bro. I'm gonna have somebody block you. This is a mature, adult conversation and channel, sir. Don't come on here with any of that weird stuff, bro. Don't do that. Go ahead, Gibson.
so Amber. I pray that the front office take a look at this tonight, because this is a letdown to the city, to get beat by 45 from the one of the deadest team where they ain't even have that much wins, to get lose, to go in Brooklyn and lose like this, and for Doc to stand up to the podium to make some
And
type of
never take
adjustment.
accountability. He never takes
Man, wow,
accountability. Doc is a real politician. He would fit right in with
wow,
the red and blue team. He would fit right in with either.
wow.
He blamed
So
everybody. They talk
that's what.
about the defense, then he want to bring Buckner. They talk about the offense is because they don't practice. It's never him. He's never the reason. Never the reason.
So I'm waiting. It's time. I think it is time for Doc Rivers to go. His time as head coach of this team, it is time for him to step down, like what Mr. Cool said, and do himself a disservice and say,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it anymore. I bow my head and I step down. He need to do that tonight. He need to do that tonight. I will sign. I will not stop until he is gone off of this team. I will
Mm-hmm.
continue to protest and get him out of here. What's up, Pronte? What's up,
What up? What
Pronte?
up,
It's
Pronte?
time to get him.
What's
It's
up?
time to get him out of the arm. I throwing the red out for him. I don't even call him my coach anymore. He need to go. He need to pack up his bag, clean up his locker.
He
Horse need to
said
go
clean
in
up
all.
his locker.
Those two,
Yo.
it's time to go. Pronte, I had enough. I turn the floor over to Pronte because I don't know what to say. I am speechless. I don't even know what to say because the games that we have coming up, we don't even know if we can win more of those games because it is an
Let's not even don't even
embarrassment.
talk about the Bucks and winning nothing. Just
It's not,
we got to see what
No,
happens. There is no this is a team we can beat. We're the team that everybody look at that they can beat. And we got the
yep.
audacity to be looking down on other teams. Everybody looking down on us. We look like fools. Did y'all not see what Jaylen Brown said in so many words? We took them lightly, is what he said. We thought we was gonna come in here and walk on y'all, and we didn't, and that's why we lost. Teams ain't even taking
Boy,
us seriously.
no, we don't have no identity. We have no structure. The coach,
Nothing.
the coach, the coach probably with 25 feet, 85 feet, still up in the mountains. He didn't know what to do. He's lost. Man, Frontier, the
This is
floor
an
is yours. I
organization
know.
looking for that's looking for the light, bro. We're in the darkness right now. We're looking for the light, and for the first time, Giannis ain't the light right now. We need more than that. So I'm gonna go with you, Pronte. Then in a minute we gonna switch to some Packer stuff, and I'm gonna tap you in too. I thought, hey Jeff, tap back in when you get a chance, and we gonna talk some Packers too. But go ahead,
Well,
Pronte.
I'm gonna slide out,
Okay,
and it's a pleasure.
appreciate
Salute to
you.
the chat. Salute to everybody. And man, tomorrow sign this petition and get Doc Rivers
I
out
was
this team.
waiting for it.
I
That's
know.
what we was waiting for. The petition. Hey,
Get him.
you got to give people. You got to give people the spiel, man. Go ahead before you get up out of here.
Peace and love to Buck Station. Peace and love. And man, we protest at Pfizer Farm tomorrow to get him out of there. Protest. Sign the petition and march around Pfizer Farm with 40 times and say, we want Doc have to go. Doc have to go.
All
Get him
right,
out of there.
shout out
I
to
go.
Mr. Bahamas. Shout out to Mr. Bahamas. All right, Gibson. All right, Pronte. So first we gonna get into the Bucks. What you feel? Then we gonna get into this Packers. Hold on 1 second. Let me get into this because both is kind of crazy. Hold on 1 second. Get these cameras together. On you, Pronte. Let's start Bucks first, then we gonna get into Packers. On you, Pronte.
Man, the Bucks, like you said, reset your expectations completely. Completely. Like somebody who ever got the Bucks #1 pick this year is gonna be happy. First round
Fact.
pick's gonna be happy this year. Real happy. They about to get a high drive
That's a
pick
fact.
because the Bucks looking like a lottery team. Let's be honest. They look like they lost to a G League team today. Got blew out by 45 to a G League team.
9 people in double figures, Pronte. 9.
Like the Brooklyn Nets is a G League team. And the Bucks just lost to them by 45.
If Doc has a job tomorrow, that lets me know that the Bucks don't care.
I mean, you have losses like this, but what's the vision for the Bucks? What's our vision for this team? What is the organization vision for the Bucks? That's why the stadium is halfway full. Don't nobody know what the Bucks are doing.
But could you see it on? You can even see it on TV that the
You don't see it
arena.
on TV. The games, no, it's going back to those days where we had Ty Day and Brad Loas
And Lee Mayberry, the Mayday
Lee
back.
Mayberry. It's feeling like those type of days, to be honest with you.
Shout out to the throwback. Why you even remember all that? Shout out to the throwback. Go ahead, Pronte. What up,
You know
Bleacher?
what I mean? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, that's what I mean. We lost by 45 to a G League team. Like, that's
Right.
crazy.
What up,
I
big
just,
time
I
LB?
mean, I just don't think the Bucks have any vision, structure, and but confidence in themselves. They're disorganized. They don't have an identity. But Doc's been saying that since he walked in the building. We need to establish our identity. What's your Doc? You don't have an identity. So
Right.
what are you talking about? You don't. You have brought your culture to the Bucks, and it's shiftless. It's shifty. It's just makeshift culture. It's just whatever the flavor of the day is. You know, I'm gonna say whatever to get out this press conference. I don't even care about the press conference. It's the nonchalantness of Doc Rivers,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the Bucks. That's the Bucks team. The Bucks are not good enough to be nonchalant.
Correct.
You know, they're not good enough. They had to play hard to win every game. And if you don't got a coach that's gonna emphasize that and emphasize that by his own work ethic, then you ain't the Bucks gonna it's a lottery team. I mean, all Giannis can do, Giannis is gonna come back because all Giannis can do now is play for stats.
That's it.
Because he does have a legacy. He wanna score points and get rebounds and get numbers because this is about his career. But at the end of the day, do you trade Giannis? Probably. Hate to say it, but you trade Giannis. If you're gonna trade him, you might as well do it now. I mean, it's not like you got to get some draft picks back.
Right.
We need to be into the lottery pick this draft. We need to get some good trades. So we got to trade it with a team that got drafted. Because the Bucks. If Giannis is going, there's nothing wrong with a player being on a losing team, right? A star player being on a team that doesn't win a championship. Dirk did it for years. Plenty of players do this. They be on a team. They be on teams that are not contenders, but they stay with the team. There's nothing wrong with that. But what is the vision for the Bucks in the next 2 or 3 years? And that's the problem. Like, you don't have no draft picks. Who you think gonna come in? Your salary cap is jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what is your vision? It's a financial mess. You paid 3 coaches at once. You rented Dame, then paid them out. Then now you paying them for 4 years instead of 2.
Sign Miles Turner, and he's
Miles Turner, and he ain't nowhere near the player you paid him for. Nowhere near. You could have got anybody for what he giving you. I mean, you playing Jericho Sims more than Miles Turner. Nah. I mean, can you even trade Miles Turner? You gotta hope that a contender. Do you gotta? Because who wants that contract after seeing how he play? But I'm just saying, even then, right? What's the vision for the team?
True.
Like,
True.
what's the vision for the organization? What's the vision in the next 3 years? Who are we building this team around? That's going to be who are our upcoming players? Who are we going after? Lay out the vision so there can be hope. There's no hope. It seems hopeless. Is Giannis drag us to the playoffs and that's it? You know what I mean? Like you ain't got a first round pick coming up. Like even Boston right has Jason Tatum out right
Yeah.
for a good period of time. He might come back at the end of the year, right? But they're fighting the season. But what do they have? They have draft picks. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
they have players that they developing, they filling in. So when he does come back next year,
They'll be
they're
even
going to be
better.
a formidable team again. They're going to be right at the top of the East. They're Jalen Brown is getting more exposure. He's going to be a better player next year.
Correct.
He might be
Peyton
the number
Pritchard.
one.
Peyton Pritchard is playing better.
But what are the Bucks doing? Nothing. Like, are you developing KPJ? Are you developing Rollins right now? Are you putting in sets? I mean, what are you doing? What's the plan? You
Mm.
know, because if you want to keep Giannis, you got to have a plan. You got to have players to build around. Like, what is the plan for the next couple of years? All right, we're gonna run this offense. This offense we're gonna perfect. He's gonna be our point guard of the future. You know, what's going on? It's just a whole bunch of nothing, and
That's
that's
the
why the
problem.
players. But that's it. I just don't see it. But like you said, you can't count any win. Reset your expectations. The only thing we can hope for the Bucks is that they be entertaining.
he,
At
he
least
didn't
be a
got into
fun
the fair. He said that it could be entertaining.
Like at least be a fun basketball team to watch. You know what I mean? Right now they play like some losers today. Like be
They
excited, do
quit.
some passing.
Let's not say lose.
They
They
quit.
quit. They quit today. They quit. They
When you
100%
quit,
quit.
they quit on the team. They quit on each other.
Facts. Facts.
So they play like they quit. You know, the only way you really lose is if you quit. So they quit on themselves. Like they're not playing any inspired basketball.
No, I completely agree. Bleacher Report, it's on you. What you think about today's game? Then we go spin the block, start talking about these Packers a little bit. But first,
Yeah,
go Bucks. Go ahead.
Packers.
Right. Right.
I want to say get some off my chest real quick about one couple of things before I get to the Bucks real quick. I'm not gonna say anything about Packers until
Uh,
it's time, but this is really a bad weekend for Wisconsin sports in general, man. It's been really bad. First, the Brewers trade away two of their core players that they had for their run they had last year, especially their closer they had Mears, which I was really upset about. It's like we can't keep players, and baseball is a joke. Can't the side cap is a joke. You can't keep anybody. The Yankees get anybody they want. The Dodgers get everybody they want. They can go to the store and like I want this player right here. Get the best closer in the game. I don't remember his name, but they get the best closer. They already won the World Series. They don't need nobody else. But us, we gotta give up our players because we can't keep nobody because our salary cap is all jacked up.
mm-hmm.
One thing. And then, let me talk about the Wisconsin Badger football team that called us spoiled because we want you guys to do something and you can't even get a quarterback to even do anything right.
You
You
never can.
you had your punter.
Never.
You had your punter. Yeah, your punter throw more yards than anybody on the team. So we can't even like that's
The,
ridiculous.
a punter
And,
though.
and then to wash it all down. To wash everything down. We had after a good win against Boston. We come in here and we laid the goose egg for the next. I didn't even watch the game. I just look at the stats. That's all you
45.
got to look at. Like I look at the stats and I'm like, Doc gotta go. And then Doc gotta go, man. It's enough. Enough is enough, man. I don't want to hear about no 20 million. I don't care about none of that. If you got the players quitting on you, you gotta go.
That's a fact.
It's no
He's
more
lost the
this
locker room clearly.
Lost it.
team. And I don't understand why he been gone weeks ago. If it was me, he been gone a long time ago. And just talking about Giannis in the situation, where you gonna go? at that point. You know, I want him to. I want them to shut him down and probably get some picks for him if he goes. But I want Giannis to know, once you go, that power you had ain't happening anymore. I want him to be very clear. Once you go to another team, that power is gone. They're gonna tell you to shut up and play. That's what they're gonna tell you. That's what they're gonna tell you, shut up and play. We ain't getting your brothers. We ain't getting no special treatment. Your job is to do what we want you to do, and that's it. And guess what? You're not playing grease either. You're not. You ain't playing no grease either. You're gonna be in the facility where we tell you to do that. So that's what's gonna happen. But I'm sorry. It just Wisconsin sports. It's just hard, man. It's cold too. It's
Right.
cold out here.
Cold.
Man, it's cold, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I was so mad after that Packers game. I had to go take a walk. You know how cold it is. I had to go take a walk. I grabbed the dog. I didn't say nothing to nobody. I put on my snow pants and my big jacket, and I was so angry that I wasn't even cold. I wasn't even cold because I couldn't believe what I just saw. I wasn't even cold. I took a 30-minute walk in this weather with the dog just to bring myself down before coming on this live. I was that angry of what I saw today on this weekend. This was one of the worst sports weekends for the Wisconsin in quite some time on multiple fronts. In college and professional, it was a complete number two. It was a complete number two. Unbelievable. Now, hey, friends and family, we're going to switch a little bit to the Packers. We got to give everybody the smoke. The Packers went and laid an egg in Denver. They went and laid an egg. I'm not going to blame Hafley for this because I know why he's doing what he's doing, right? The same reason the Bucs have to play a zone because we have incompetence on defense is the same reason the Green Bay Packers play a zone because Keyshawn Nixon is awful. I would, if I saw you, I would Sister Abigail you if I got a chance. To my wrestling fans, you know what that is. I wish I could just Sister Abigail Keyshawn Nixon. I really do. I really do. And then drop the people's elbow on Corey Valentine. They're both terrible. Neither one is a starting cornerback. Neither one is a starting quarterback. We're going to talk about the injuries. We could talk about all that. But I want to focus on this defense. We know Micah's hurt. We're going to get into all of that. I want to focus on the trash on this defense. I'm going to call everybody out. Quay Walker, you got athleticism, but you're a dummy. I don't want him on this. I would prefer for another middle linebacker. He's not smart enough to be a middle linebacker. He's never where he's supposed to be. He's always there a day late and $1 short. We need a replacement. Rashan Gary, I've been calling you trash for as long as I've had this podcast, and you haven't let me down yet. You ain't let me down yet, right? Rashan Gary, right? Y'all told me when we had Micah Parsons that Rashan Gary was going to be better. He was going to be explosive. He was going to win one-on-one matchups. That's what y'all told me. I told you he was trash. Oh, it's because he was getting double before we had Micah. When we get Micah, he's going to go crazy. You just watch it. Rashan Gary has had 1 sack since Halloween. Since Halloween. It wasn't even snowing back then. We didn't even have no cold weather yet. It's the last time he had a sack. Get him off of this team. He is terrible. Always in pursuit to do nothing. Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, always chasing, never catching. Get him out of here. He's trash. I saw Luke Van Ness come back. He ain't nothing either. Get him out of here. We need to start getting rid of these people when we know they not nothing. I'm tired of this. Xavier McKinney can't save us. And they try to, as good as he is, he would be like Giannis on the defense for the Packers. You can't do it by yourself the same way Giannis can't do it by himself. You need a team. Our front seven, now without Micah, that looks like he has a torn ACL, we're trash. Front seven, trash. We will get nothing done. We will, the same way that y'all saw us getting treated when he was playing, when he wasn't getting to the quarterback, nobody was chasing him. Nobody was chasing him. And then my man Keyshawn Nixon, you're an idiot. You fall for every double move, you moron. How can you still be falling for the same moves? Get him out of football. Get him out of football. Valentine, out of football. Trash. Trash. Basura. Man. I'm so sick of both of them, bro. I'm so sick of Rashan Gary. I don't even know the other players on the defensive line besides Micah Parsons because you're all horrible. You're all horrible. I hope y'all girls cheat on y'all. Y'all terrible. Y'all need to feel some pain. Y'all need to feel some pain like the fans. I hope y'all gals cheat on you. Y'all need to feel how fans feel. Tired of y'all. Ridiculous. I mean, people were just wide open. Keyshawn Nixon and Valentine have no understanding of defense. Zero. It's not like, dude, Bo Nix is cool. He's a cool quarterback. But 4 touchdown passes by Bo Nix? Our defense is... I'm going to tell y'all, the Achilles heel for the Green Bay Packers for the last 20 years damn near has been defense. We've never had the right defense. The reason Aaron Rodgers will not go down as a top 5 all-time quarterback is due to the Packers' defense, strictly. It's strictly the defense. It's been the problem for years, the defense. We draft stupid idiots that are never healthy. Luke Van Ness, never healthy. Devontae Wyatt, never healthy. Never healthy. I want the whole strength and conditioning team completely fired. You guys are useless. You're useless. We're always hurt. Your job is to prevent injuries. What the hell are y'all doing over there? Christian Watson's body is made out of damn toothpicks. Anytime he fall, Mr. Glass. Hey, Christian Watson, I mess with you heavy, bro. You a good receiver. You got speed. You got size. You got hands. But your Achilles heel is just staying on the field. The fall that you took, I've seen a receiver take 30 times in the same game. You fall like that, now it's a chest contusion and all types of other stuff going on. His body cannot hold up. He played 7 games this year, and now he's gone again. He just can't stay healthy. Matt LaFleur, do not, and I repeat, do not structure your offense around Christian Watson. He will never be available when you need him most. I'm just coming to that conclusion. We need to have the real talk, friends and family. This offense is built around Christian Watson. Without Christian Watson, this offense will struggle. We'll 100% struggle. Because now we don't have to worry about no deep threat. Unless Golden start doing something spectacular, they're going to be more in the box. Now the running game is done. I'm going to tell you right now, running is done again. Because now they're going to have more people in the box. Because you don't have to respect nobody going deep. Because we got a whole bunch of Chris Carters on this team. No disrespect. What I mean by that is we got a whole bunch of possession receivers. That's the truth. So now is the way we're going to look is going to be real different. I'm not going to hold that against whatever happens moving forward. I'm not going to hold that against you, Jordan Love, because your strength and conditioning team is failing you. Kraft hurt. Watson hurt. Zach Tom hurt. Micah Parsons ACL. I mean, what are we doing? And we know as a fan base that without Micah Parsons, we will have 0 pass rush. Zero pass rush. I don't think Rashan Gary could beat my mom off the line to get a sack. I think my mom's hands is fast enough to keep him at bay long enough for the quarterback to get the pass off, which would be me. Crazy, bro. I'm just done. We cannot. This is not a Super Bowl caliber team or a team that can go deep in the playoffs with these cornerbacks. These cornerbacks are holding us back. And you know how cornerbacks make a difference? You see how Denver made plays when they needed to from their secondary? We can't do that. We don't have a PS2. Hell, we don't got a PS1. Or an Atari or none of that. Game Boy, none of that. We have to find cornerbacks, y'all. That's how you win in today's NFL. You have to have somebody that can shut down a receiver. We have people that are gonna have career days moving forward against this team because we are not gonna get no pass rush. It's about to look crazy for the Packers, and then we got to play Chicago next week, and I'm sure they're playing with confidence right now. This is a lot. Go ahead, Pronte. We go to you, Bleacher. Go ahead, Pronte.
Man, hey, I felt that. Hey, I felt that. Hey, I was so mad about the Packer game. Then I turned on the Bucks. I'm like 45.
Bro, what are they doing to us? On the Lord.
I was like, all right, never mind.
They did it to us on the Lord's Day. How? How? On the Lord's Day, this is what they doing to us. How? Go ahead, Pronte. My bad, bro. I'm charged, bro.
Jeff Hafley, you gonna have to earn your money now. I've been saying it all. I've been saying it all year. People keep calling Jeff Hafley a good coach. I'm not sure. He's living off of Michael Parsons. That's it. Because where are the other players? Who else is making a play on defense? Like, it's Michael Parsons chasing the quarterback and forcing the ball. You got people dropping in the softest zone all year long. I've seen it. I'm like, dang, they gonna be on the field 10 minutes. Because he relied on Michael Parsons to get on the because they dropped his on. Michael Parsons comes, they throw a short pass. That's been the Packer defense all year. No type of exotic blitzes, no confusion for the quarterback.
Shout out for that. Nothing like that. No blitz.
Like, he's gonna go to the Giants for what? He's not. I'm not sure he's a good coach. He's just been using Michael Parsons the whole year. Because you haven't did nothing to emphasize or insinuate any other player on this team. You just been living off of Michael Parsons. So we're gonna see if he's a good coach or not these last 3 games. Can he? These guys are playing because good defensive coaches can coach with injuries.
Correct.
It shouldn't be Michael Parsons and then the defense goes to trash. Because if you got a good defense coach, you don't know half the players' names. But that coach can make a bad defense good instantly. We see it all the time. So can he coach is what we about to see. Because as soon as Michael Parsons left the game, you stayed in the soft zone with no pass rush. With no pass rush whatsoever. You keep doing this blitz up the middle. Teams are prepared for that. It ain't going nowhere. You know, so can you design and confuse an offense now? You know what I mean? Because you haven't been doing it. We have no.
Hey, hold on 1 second, Moose said Valentine has Sims' hands is hilarious.
No, not Valentine. Wicks, Datavian Wicks too. I'm tired of. I don't know what Datavian Wicks. What did he do to stay on the team? That man should have been cut years ago.
They see him as a future Devontae Adams.
What? What? How many times?
I'm telling you what they said, not me. That's what they said.
But can the man catch the ball though?
They said that's the same issue that Devontae Adams had early in his career.
I saw that he wasn't that bad. Dude dropped everything. We would still have a little hope until he just tipped the ball. Like, bro, right. The ball keep hitting you in the hands. You're open. It hits you in the hands.
Facts, B.
Catch the ball. The only thing you have to do as a wide receiver, the most basic thing to be a wide receiver, is to catch the ball.
Right.
That's it. Like, you getting open to drop the ball every time. Luke Musgrave.
That's a fact. Yep. Musgrave he's looking better though. He's looking better.
He's looking better, but Luke Musgrave, he can't stay on his feet.
I know.
He can't stay on his feet. Like, dude, catch the ball and just dive on the ground instantly. Bro, get up and run. What's wrong with you?
Bro, he got to focus on one thing at a time, bro. He got to focus on one thing.
Catch the ball and dive on the ground instantly and just lay there. Ain't nobody even touch you. Get up and run. What is wrong with dude? Like, I be like, man, boy. Dude trip over nothing. Just lay on the ground.
He trying to be safe, bro. He has a couple fumbling issues. All types of stuff going on.
Bro, he fall on the ground when nobody's by him.
Right.
It'd be crazy to me. I'd be like, bro, he could have had like that one pass to Jordan Love gave him. He could have probably ran for 30 more yards. He just laid there.
True.
I'm like, bro, what's wrong with dude? What's wrong with him?
I caught the ball. I don't want to get in no trouble. I'm going to stay here.
Our defense is good. That's right. Like, I'm good now.
All right, looking around, I'm good.
Anybody here? They ain't there, bro. Keep running. What's wrong? Like, but McKinney, man, we had picks we dropped this game. We had like at least 3 interceptions. Right. Bo looks like Dan Marino.
Bro, he looked like John Elway, bro. Running, moving in the pocket.
Yeah, John Elway, yep.
Moving in the pocket. And I'm not saying the Denver's trash, but we're a better team than them, and we did not play well or execute when we needed to. We
But the
had
problem
penalties
is,
at the wrong time. We got a penalty on it, then turn around and you cats want to do the Legion of Doom move on one of the Denver players. Y'all want to do the Legion of Doom
no
move.
reason. No reason.
No
at all.
reason. No reason.
None.
You
You
gonna
didn't
power
hit 'em
bomb
hard, you didn't
somebody
do nothing.
together, 2 people. What are y'all doing? This ain't the Royal Rumble. What are y'all doing? Or Survivor Series. What are y'all doing?
That was no penalty.
That was
man.
crazy.
I'm tired of Valentine running up on the short screen and missing this man. How tell you gonna run up there and miss, bro? Like, just make the regular tackle. What are you doing? You keep running up there and missing.
Problem. What the problem was really is the Packers. After they got Michael Parsons, they got real cheap. They ain't want to get nobody else. They want to move players around. They want to be too versatile. They want to move guys around. That's what we was talking about with the offensive line. They was moving guys around. Now they want to do this with the quarterback. We signed Hobbs, and he's trash. We signed a 4-year deal. He's trash. Where is he?
Trash. Complete trash.
He's supposed to be a new quarterback, but where is he? He's nowhere to be found because he can't cover a cold. And just
I don't think y'all really understand what's about to happen without Micah Parsons. People are saying it in the chat.
I do. I know.
I don't think people really understand. We about to get cooked.
Yeah, the whole defense is about to get exposed. Because ain't no way.
You don't think Chicago Bears right now like
right licking their chops? Absolutely.
Look at their chops like Birdman.
Right.
They ready. They at home.
Minimal injuries. We always, every year, it's multiple injuries. But Zach Tom now hurt. The offensive line was already suspect. Now he hurt. I just don't know where we go. And then some of the play calling was cool. And then you do
Walker kept moving on the line.
Bro,
hey,
Walker,
doing,
idiot.
like,
the mental mistakes, man. And then why are you still throwing? You know what? We got cute last week and got away with that toss to Jacobs. You tried it again. That would have been the result the first time if it wasn't for Jacobs and using his hit stick to get out of there. We can't throw tosses to Jacobs. That ain't his game. He don't got that type of speed. He's a power back. You run between the tackles, you dummy. Keep it simple. Quit getting cute.
Well, what we're gonna have to see, which is good, is our offense is gonna be limited, but you still have Reed back.
Right.
You got. I'm telling you, I don't know why Wicks is on the team. I still don't know why Wicks. I would just release him. You should have cut him instead of Malik Heath, because Wicks should not be on anybody's team. I don't know what receiver has that much potential that you keep him for 4 years and he's still dropping passes. It makes no sense to me.
But see, Moose saying, he played like a number 1 receiver against the Lions, and then this.
But that's one game. One game in what? 4 years? Man, like, come on, man. Like you can't keep doing this. You can't do that. That's like one good game in 4 years. Like, are we still on? Like, let him go, bro. Let him go. Give his plays to go. Somebody who's his first year, at least he can catch. At least he can catch the ball. You know, but we're gonna have to feature Jaden Reed. We're gonna have to spam Jaden Reed.
Yeah, I agree.
Spam Jaden Reed and use Golden like Watson. Don't use Golden like Jaden Reed.
Use him like Watson. I agree. We have to.
You got to now. And it might work because he can catch. The thing about Watson, and you're right, like Watson always is injured. Like, it don't matter what he do. It don't matter. He just get injured. Like that. Like I said, I saw that play plenty of times for receivers, not injured. Yeah. Hell, I damn near ran and caught and died on the ground. I didn't fracture my whole chest.
Right.
Like, I look like.
I just didn't see I didn't see his shoulder make really. It didn't really look crazy. Hey man, we need Packers. Hey, we need to get Christian Watson on a strict diet of sea moss and calcium tablets. We need to improve his bone structure, and we need to improve his overall health.
He need to wear Romeo Dobbs helmet all over his uniform.
He said he need a Guardian outfit. He need a Guardian uniform. Hey, he said he need a Guardian uniform, not just the helmet. He said the uniform.
He need the whole uniform. what is going on with dude? And then it's like, but it's like
What he
if he
should
would
be,
just high point the ball sometimes on his
Right.
deep passes, he wouldn't even have to die. That shouldn't even be intercepted if you actually go for the ball. You know what I mean? Go towards the ball sometimes. They teach that at a young age. Attack the ball while it's in the air. Stop waiting for it to drop in your hands or in your body.
Right.
Cause you let Patrick Surtain catch up because you waiting like this. When you
You
could have just
have
went
to
like this.
attack the ball.
You could have
As a
went like this.
receiver, you
You would
attack
have
the
caught it.
ball. That's what
At
I
the
like
very
about
least,
Michael Irvin, Terrell Owens, and some of them old school receivers. They didn't wait. They went towards the ball. You go and
yeah,
get the ball.
you go get the ball.
That was
if you're
what made
number one
Devontae
receiver.
Adams cold. Devontae don't never wait for the ball. When it's coming to, I'm going to just go get it. I'll run up and go get it and then figure the rest out. You don't wait.
He like this.
Right,
No,
yeah.
he running in front of you. Just go attack the ball, man.
Bro.
Like,
Damn,
at the
man.
very least, it would have been an incomplete pass if you just attacked the ball. Like you 6'4", bro. Use your size, use your arms. Go get the ball in the air. Don't wait for it to land by your waist.
Oh, we're done. We're done without Watson. You don't even got to worry about it. Any wins we get will be. I'll be helpful. We don't have Watson on offense, our best offensive threat, and then we don't have Micah Parsons, our best defensive threat. We're in huge trouble.
I think that the Packers were shell shocked a little bit by the injuries because they was cooking. They was cooking the Denver.
Yeah, they were.
They were cooking Denver the whole game until the injuries started happening. I think it took some air out of them, especially when Michael Parsons went out. I think it really it was like, oh man, that's our season. It felt like the Packers season when Michael Parsons went down, just because of what you said, because nobody else is doing anything on defense. Nobody. Like who we gonna need to step up is the linebackers. Like the linebackers are gonna have to turn into a superstar. Quay Walker, Adrian Cooper, they're gonna have to play. They're gonna have to be a menace out there. That's the only way they keep a good defense. Is the linebackers because Rashard Gary runs for 3 yards and gets tired. And just act like he gonna fall out on the ground. Like,
right.
Bro, like he need an asthma pump or something, bro. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, he slowed down to like 0. He be running, then he just stop. I be like, what's wrong with dude? Dude ain't got no motor. Dude ain't got no motor. It's crazy. I ain't never seen a defensive end get tired so fast. You would think he was 500 pounds. You know what I mean? The man is not 500 pounds, but he runs like he's 500 pounds. As soon as he has a short burst, then he just runs out of gas. I'm looking like this dude is crazy. And he be doing it his whole career.
It's gonna be a very interesting next couple of weeks for the Packers.
But I'm gonna tell you this though. I know what's wrong with he's lazy. His conditioning is bad. I can tell because that's the only way you run out of gas so fast. Your conditioning has to be terrible.
And just to piggyback off of that, Michael Parsons is being held by 2 and 3 people, being held every play. He never looked like he run out of gas. He'll go hit the little air real quick, but he still don't look like he like clearly his condition is no point.
He look like he runs out of gas while chasing the quarterback, while chasing one of the slowest players on the field. He runs out of gas. It's like the quarterback is not the fastest player on the field. But you know. He can't finish
Rashan Gary been on the hot seat, bro. No, we're not doing that now. All of a sudden, Derek Stevenson. No,
he been on the hot seat.
He been on the hot seat. Rashan Gary, you better go back. I've been talking crazy about him for about 4 years, bro. Him and Kenny Clark. I've been saying the brothers in trash. They brothers in trash.
Yeah, you was giving it to Clark.
Yeah, BIT, brothers in trash. That's what they are. Kenny Clark and Rashan Gary. Get them out of here.
Van Ness gonna step up. Lucas Van Ness gonna step up. Straight bum, man. He a bum. Like, he don't do nothing. What does he do? Is he on? I didn't know he was playing.
He was playing a little good earlier in the year, but then he got hurt, so I already know all that momentum is gone. He was on the field today, getting cardio. Yeah, getting cardio. Just getting cardio. Absolutely ridiculous.
Now we got what's his name? Inebare.
Yeah, he all right. They all just all right. Everybody on defense besides Xavier McKinney and Micah Parsons are 70 degrees in July. Nothing special.
What you talking about, Adrian Cooper?
No. I thought Edger Cooper's solid. Yeah, I put Edger Cooper there. He's solid.
I think they got. To me, the Packers got some really good safeties.
Yeah, the safeties is certain. Yeah,
The safeties are really good,
but the
but they not making no
quarterbacks
plays this year. They're not
because
making no plays this
because
year,
the
so it
quarterbacks
don't
are
matter.
awful. Yeah, because the quarterbacks are awful, and that's the
I'm
problem.
saying like McKinney had 2 picks he dropped. Like you got to catch those. Valentine he dropped picks all day
Those
long.
day,
That's all he
yeah,
do. That's
Valentine's
all
hands is awful.
the
It's
dude drop
awful.
picks all day long. I'm like, bro, how,
He's
how many
like,
times,
bro,
bro?
right,
They
right,
do it right
and you
to you.
read the
They do
play.
it right to
Dude,
you.
you read the play and you still went on the wrong side to get the pick. Like, how you saw the play? How do you misjudge where to go attack the ball? Like I
Yeah,
said, Valentine, this, hey, maybe the CFL would be a better look for you, brother.
yeah,
Maybe the
bro.
CFL would be a better look for you, brother. This ain't for you,
I,
bro. You
I
can't
think we
guard
do.
nobody.
I think we rebound to beat the Bears though. I don't know. I just don't know. It's the Michael
We
Parsons
have to
loss that's
stop the
going.
run. We got to stop the run.
It's the Michael Parsons loss that they're gonna have to recover from.
Yeah,
It's the mental aspect of losing Michael Parsons that they gotta get over because he was holding defense down. They do you is there a player that wants to prove that this defense is good without Michael Parsons? That's what
right.
we gonna see. Because that's what we gonna see. Because right now, all of us believe that the only way the defense was good was because of Michael Parsons.
Facts.
Even the
Facts.
other teams
Yeah,
believe that.
I know. I agree. I agree.
So we gonna see is the Packers defense the Bucks without Giannis.
There we go. That's a great way to put it. All right, what's your last words, Pronte? Then we'll go to Bleacher. We're already pushing 2 hours. Go ahead,
We
Pronte.
got last words, man. Packers gonna beat Chicago. Just off the
Okay,
strength of
talk. No,
Chicago.
no, say stuff like that. Go
That's
ahead.
off the strength that it's a rivalry. They ain't going out like that. They want to win the North. One thing they do is win the North. Love is gonna cook them. I think Golden is gonna step up. He been waiting
Okay,
for his
his
chance.
opportunity. Yep, I agree.
And,
See,
and
shout out for the
Musgrave is
positive
gonna
spin.
finally catch the ball and keep running this
Shout
game.
out to
He
Pronte with
won't
the
replace
positive
Bill
spin.
Packers.
No, hold on. Pronte, let me give you your flowers, bro. You came in with the positive air. Shout out to Pronte. Oh, you, Bleacher. Appreciate the positive spin. It was a little rough today, Pronte.
Yeah, it
Appreciate
was rough.
you. oh, you,
It was rough.
Bleacher.
Yeah, today was rough. It was. It was real. Like I couldn't even like. I don't know. It was really just bad watching
Mm-hmm.
everything. But yeah, if we can beat the Bears, we're going to beat the Bears
Right.
Saturday. I mean, at their Soldier Field, if we beat them again, I'll be a little happy. But at the same time, I'm still a little worried. So I just hope that it's gonna get better.
Right.
It's
It's just the
it's
initial shell shock. It's just the
yeah,
initial shell shock. We got to adjust.
all the injuries and we got fired the conditioning coach. Man. He got
Yeah, I want on his helmet. I've been on this helmet for years.
yeah,
I
but
appreciate you.
we just gotta be there for him. I know it's gonna be hard right now.
Yeah, we gotta keep supporting. We just gotta keep supporting. It's
Yeah,
difficult sometimes. We gonna lash out. I lashed out today, but I gotta get that off my chest. I'm tight.
Yeah,
I'm tight. But
it's
we gonna
tight,
support this team. We got another game coming up with the Bucks. We gonna see what happens. And then we got the Bears this weekend. So let's keep the positive vibes and let's just see what
man.
happens. Salute, Pronte. Appreciate you
Bucks
tapping
is
in.
hard to watch, man.
Right,
That's
Bleacher.
getting hard to
Appreciate
watch,
you. Hey, we just
man.
gotta stay tough, Pronte. All right, bro. All right, Bleacher. I'll talk to you in a minute. All right, let me tap. All right, let me tap Brandon in before we get out of here. What up, Brandon?
But not a good week, boys. Not a
Nah,
good week.
not at all. Not a good Sunday at all, Brandon. Very, very unfortunate Sunday.
Right. Well, I want to talk about the Packers first.
Which game did you see first? Then we'll talk about that one. Which one did you see first?
First, the Bucks. I didn't get the chance to watch the highlight, but I don't know what's up with our team, bro. I don't know what's up or what's going on behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
How many times we got to keep doing it? And we lied. Because the way I see it, I think the Bucks team quit on Doc.
Mm-hmm.
They quit on Doc. They better figure it out themselves.
Yeah, I agree. We don't look like a professional we don't look like a professional team. Bucks are in a lot of trouble.
I think I just shut it down.
Right.
Till the whole season. Till see what happens in
Right.
next office. Just shut it down for 'em.
Right. Yeah, it's just tough to watch. We got to make some wholesale changes. We have to get rid of Doc before the end of the year. This is his coaching is unacceptable. If he's not fired tomorrow, I know that this team is not serious about winning. You know what I'm saying? I already know this team isn't serious. So we'll know tomorrow how serious the Bucks organization is about winning, or how serious. Hey, Doc, be a man, bro. Just step down. You're hurting the team. You're making kids cry. You got everybody all upset. Go away, bro. Just go away. You don't already stole 10, 15 million. Just go away, bro. We don't want you here. Nobody wants you here. Nobody cheers for you when they announce you. You come out with no music. Nobody cheers for you. When they do the introductions, you come out no music. Get him out of here. Ridiculous. Can't help us do anything. We look terrible.
Defense is so bad. We cannot run no offense. We cannot run no thing. We
Mm-hmm.
look like AA.
Yeah, we just don't look professional. We just don't look professional at all.
They the
We got a
reason why
lot.
I'm walking
We
walk.
got a lot to figure out with the Bucks. Like, what are we gonna do with Giannis? What are we doing with Doc? What players are being moved? What's going on with Miles Turner? There's a lot of variables in play with the Milwaukee Bucks right now that they need to get figured out. They definitely need to get that figured out sooner than later. Same way the Packers need to figure out why they keep getting all these injuries. Somebody has to be held accountable for that as well. But for the Bucks, Doc has to go. That needs to be the first step. Doc has to go was the first step. That is the 100% first step before we do anything. We have to move on from Doc Rivers. He is a thorn in the side of this city, this team. He has done nothing positive since he's got to this team. I want him gone. We need to get rid of him. He's
And I
done.
do not like it for Brett Scott going interview.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing over and over every single game.
All right. Mm-hmm. We just gotta see what happened. We gotta see what happened tomorrow. I'm gonna be interested to see if Doc is still our coach tomorrow. We got a lot to figure out. We're not
We're gonna
utilizing
find
our.
out something tomorrow. I think something gonna shake tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so because the Bucks
And
this was unwatchable. We got blown out by 45 uh against a mediocre team, a 7-win team. We had 9 people in double
so we
figures.
get right. So we get. So here's the thing. I'm getting pissed right now. How the hell you want to get Boston? Come out tonight, get blown out by 85 points, and get the Brooklyn net.
If you would have watched the game, you would have
This
saw
team got
exactly.
no
If
head.
you would have watched the game, you would have exactly saw 20 turnovers is how you get blown out. 20 turnovers and shooting 39% from the field. That's how you get blown out. That's the perfect recipe for getting blown out. 20 turnovers, sub 40% shooting. That's how you get blown out. When you give up 50% shooting and the other team hits 19 threes, that's how you get blown out. It's a very simple formula.
It's very difficult. No easy win for the Bucks. No, because it's the whole league is making tougher and tougher every game we play against. It's always the top and the left. They look, they looking at the Buck that we're looking like fools out here because I do not pay attention with the media. They
Mm-hmm.
looking, yeah, everything we playing against is not looking so good right now.
No, we're a mediocre team.
Top
We're
side,
Yeah, we're a bottom feeder right now. It just is what it is. There's nothing to kind of. There's no sugarcoating this. We're a bottom feeder team until further notice. Giannis should be shut down. Don't bring him back into this fiasco that we're calling a team, an organization, and then figure out what you're gonna do with Giannis in the off season. So on to the Packers. Did you see any of the Packers game, Brandon?
gonna watch highlights.
Okay.
But
Well, yeah. So the
I'm gonna say
Packers.
this
Okay, go ahead before we get out of here. Go ahead, Brandon.
about Micah Parsons. I hope it's not the season.
It's a
Season
wrap.
ending.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I
You,
hope not.
it's a wrap, Brandon. It ain't no hope. It's a wrap. Non-contact injury knee. It's a wrap.
Mm. Every McCarthy team kept getting hurt though. Every single team we play against, either the Bucks and the Packers, we get injury after injury after injury.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers, I think the Packers need to do better.
It's hard to do better when people are always hurt, Brandon. You can't. We don't never have our team is never fully healthy. So it's hard to do better when you don't have your full assortment of characters. You know what I'm saying? That's part of
You
the
know what?
problem with the
I'm
Packers
gonna say
along.
this. This is time for rookie Mac to go to Sean. Mac goes to Sean. You know he's a rookie, but but I think I'm thinking that his time needs to come.
It got to come now by force, Brandon. So we gonna see what happened. It's just a lot today, Brandon. We gonna see what happened. We got
Also,
to get
I
injury.
do not trust our cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
I do not trust our cornerback.
Yeah,
He got Gibson.
if you would have saw how bad some of these plays were today, there's not even trust. They're terrible. You wouldn't even use the word trust. Our cornerbacks are awful. They're both terrible. I feel fully confident that I'm in shape enough to get open on either Valentine or Nixon. I will put $1,500 that I feel like I can get open on a play on either one of them. I would put money up. I'd feel comfortable up to 5,000. I think I would put on myself that I could get open on Keyshawn Nixon or Valentine. I think they're that trash. I honestly think they're that. All I gotta do is do a double move. All right, what's your
I
last
don't
before we
know
get out
what's
of here,
up.
Brandon? Before we get out of here, what's your last words, Brandon?
I don't know what's up with John Gay. That's a whole nother topic. No trade, you can cock your pocket, cock all you want.
We ain't got nothing to say to no strays today, sir. Not with these two L's we took. There is no strays today. Nuh-uh. Not these type of L's we took. He should be able to style just like he's styling, bro. Not today. We whooped them the other day.
Hey,
Now we done got our head beat in by a team with 7 wins. We don't have a leg to stand on or a pot to piss in right now. The Bucks is in trouble. Packers are riddled with injuries. We just got to see what we can do. But even with all this negativity floating around these Wisconsin teams, let's remain positive, friends and family, Bucks Nation, Packer Nation. Let's keep supporting this team, and let's just see what happens. That's the best we can do right at this point in time. So we'll just see what happens. All
like,
right, Brandon.
the who's the Buck Nation, take one out at a time, take one game at a time. It gon' it gonna be better. It's a tough week for the Packers and the Bucks today, both losing, but hopefully things will get better.
Yep. All right, Brandon.
I got y'all. I got y'all. It's PA. I love y'all. You,
Uh,
they
all right.
positive everyone.
All right,
They
Brandon.
positive.
All right, bro.
All right.
Man, another just this Sunday is crazy. I am just so perplexed, y'all. Can we get 2 more likes to get to 50 likes? Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. We grinding. We 2 hours and 15 minutes in this live talking this Bucks, talking about these Packers, both who shamed friends and family today, unfortunately. Tough day for Wisconsin sports today. Bucks get their head beat in by a 7-win team by 45. Packers lose to the Denver Broncos. We also lose in this game. Zach Tom goes down. The often injured Christian Watson goes down again. Micah Parsons with an ACL. This is definitely a tough day for Wisconsin sports. I know I lashed out earlier. I just needed to get that off my chest, friends and family. I appreciate y'all. Let's continue supporting these teams. Let's continue galvanizing as a fan base. And let's just see what the next game brings us. We just got to take this support with this team on a game-by-game basis. Let's not worry about 2-3 weeks down the line. We just got to worry about a game at a time in my branded voice. And let's just see what happened, y'all. This is very disturbing what I said, what we saw today. Okay, Christian Watson, dad said he's fine. Okay, cool, good. That's something positive. That's positive. But now I'm just always scared. Is it gonna happen again with dude? Yeah, we need to get him a Guardian outfit. Yeah, we definitely need to get him a whole Guardian outfit. We'll see. What up, Jeff? That would be awesome if we hear that tomorrow because Doc is a sucker. As my boy Scales would say, he a jive turkey. Get him out of basketball. He's terrible. Just like Rashan Gary, I want you out of football. Tired of all these scrubs sitting here getting out of jail free cards, getting paid for mediocre performance. We paying Miles Turner $30 million. He's barely averaging double figures. Like what? There's so much to unpack with these. Comment, like, subscribe, y'all. Share the electrifying content. I don't even know what to say right now, y'all. I need some time. I'm very angry right now. All right, y'all, gone.